Welcome to War Thunder with Subdude. How y'all doing today? Well, finally completed all the upgrades, the pieces, parts to the A-10A late Warthog, the A-10 Thunderbolt 2. And let me tell you, it's been a long process. And the reason it's a long process is because this is not a plane that you can fly out into standard air-realistic matches. It's not fast. Yes, it's got a big gun. Yes, it's got AIM-9Ls. Yes, it carries a very good load of ordnance. But it's so slow. There are World War II fighters that are as fast or faster than this. Now, they probably can't carry as much ordnance, and I'm pretty sure they can't carry as much ordnance, because this thing carries as much as a B-17 or more. But what it does do, it does well. Now, I had 2 missions that basically completed everything with the plane, and I ended up with 6,454 additional points that I couldn't use on anything, which is really kind of annoying. You should be able to apply it to anything else. Like additional crew points, maybe. But it took a lot of different missions. $104 flyouts. Now, that's not necessarily the actual number of missions I actually flew in. That's the number of times I logged into a mission with the A-10. The A-10 is a good plane when it's used properly. But taking off at the beginning of most of these missions is probably not a smart move. Especially when you're learning how to fly it. It's a good plane. So, let's take a look at my last mission. Hang on, I'll get her queued up for you. Alright. Now, basically, at the beginning of this mission, I decided I'm going to wait. See how things develop. So basically I just stepped away from the aircraft, which I hadn't done yet. I did notice that we've got some B-57s in the game. Why and how they got into this match, I have no idea. Yep, even a B-57 on the enemy team. Now this is the part that I really don't like. and that's when you've got American versus American, Russian versus Russian, British versus British. I realize we're talking about meta aircraft at the time, so there's a lot of American aircraft that people want to fly versus other nations' aircraft. So it ends up being American versus American, and I really don't like that. Now, I don't have any problem shooting down Chinese, Russian, German, Italian, French, Israeli, Swedish. Doesn't matter. But it really bugs me when I have to go up against American hardware with American hardware. I don't know how many of you don't like that, but I'm sure there's a few that don't like that. Now, you see the A5 there, Mr. Incorrect 102, or 1002. He hangs around until towards the end. And another one that you can see in the list there, Mr. Deadlock 22. He's another one that hangs around to the end. Well, it was right about now that I decided it was time to go play. Last two players on the enemy team, Deadlock and Incorrect. And they were playing the Cloud Rope-a-Dope. Do not like the Cloud Rope-a-Dope. They duck into the clouds, duck out. Duck in, duck out. Can't get a lock on them with the heat seekers. And if you're not fast enough, you can't hit them with the guns. right about now is when Mr. Incorrect decided he was going to chase one of my players back to the airfield. Or nearly so. Because he started coming right towards me. Well, not directly. I think he knew better than to come at me. But he was close enough, so 6 2,000-pound bombs and 4 AIM-9Ls. He was close enough to get a rocket off. And boy, did that thing track. Smoke test. Now, the 105, he decided it was time to run back to his air base. And honestly, if you got no guns or you got no missiles left, it's time to go. Especially seeing as how he is a strike aircraft, and as a strike aircraft he is best at doing exactly that. So seeing as how I knew there was no way I was going to catch him, it was time to go bomb a couple of bases. And there just happened to be 2 right in front of me. Yeah, Deadlock was on his way back to go get rearmed. Now, how many of you people out there know what Deadlock is? And if you were to say an old Marvel character from the comic books, you would be correct. If you said anything else, I don't know what this guy thought. But to me, Deadlock was a character from Marvel Comics. He was kind of an undead bounty hunter. So, just a bit of trivia. I kind of lost track of where that base was, and then realized it was behind me, so flopping and twitching in the sky. Amazing, with 6,000 pounds of ordnance underneath your aircraft, this thing is so capable of maneuvering. And now it's time to do some ground pounding. Well, the F-105 is rearming. And that was a double kill. And the F-105 is coming out to play again. Now this is a pain in the butt trying to intercept a fast mover when you've got a slow aircraft. None of the planes left on our team have the speed to actually intercept an F-105. The only thing we can do is trap him by using numbers. And the worst plane in the whole group is the B-57A. That plane is definitely not a plane you want chasing or even being around an F-105. Because F-105 can carry 4 missiles. And believe it or not, he was already past me. He was way past me. And I just didn't know it. He was way over there already. Now he was going in on a bombing run. His 3 2,000-pounders. Now the AV-8 decided he had a shot, took it, but apparently the 105 ducked up into the clouds and broke the missile lock. Now, I thought he might have gone over this way, but he was back to using rope-a-dope in the clouds. And the last place you want to be is underneath those clouds when the rope-a-dope starts coming on. He's fast, he can duck in and out. And it looks like one of the Harriers is on fire. Missile 1 away. Missile 2. He thought he was going to get away from both of them, but no. And there you have it. That was the final mission to complete all the modifications to the A-10A late in my tech tree. And it only took me over 100 missions because of the number of missions I will not fly. Alright, this is Subdude signing out. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow. We'll catch you in the sky in air realistic. on the good maps. And yeah, the Enduring Confrontation maps are the best maps for rank 6 and 7. Take care, folks. Have a pleasant weekend.